This is the saddest video I've ever had to make. I'm going to be selling this Svartpilen 401 2022 model. Don't want to, but I've got no choice. Now, selling a bike privately in Japan is pretty difficult, so you pretty much have to use a dealer. So that means I'm going to take a big hit on this beautiful bike. Let's see how much I can get. Firstly, I'd just like to say I'm not selling the Svart because I'm unhappy with it. I mean, it looks great, it's reliable, and it's a hell of a lot of fun to ride. But you might have seen on my channel that I recently bought a Transalp, so soon I'm going to have 3 bikes. One of them has to go. It's kind of like deciding which of your children gets to live. Now, I bought this bike for my son to ride, but since starting university, he doesn't have that much time for it. Now, hopefully when things settle down and the warm weather comes back, we can do a couple of longer rides together. But for longer rides, well, the Svart is not the best bike. I might as well give him my 400X, so at least he'll be a bit more comfortable on the highways. So, the Svart has to go. But how do you sell a bike in Japan? Step 1 is to check out the price on the second-hand market. Now, luckily in Japan there's a site called Goo Bike. Yeah, I know that starts to sound normal after you've been in Japan long enough. Now you can see here that my bike's going for an average of around 5,400 Australian dollars. Now a dealer is going to want to sell the bike for double what they pay for it, so not looking good. Step 2 is to put it on an online auction site. Now these sites act as a middleman and they connect you with dealers all over the country. The auction lasts a couple of days to find the highest bid. Right, 2 days later, and you can see my highest bid is 250,000 Japanese yen, which is about 2,500 Australian dollars. I now have the option to negotiate with the highest bidder, so I'm going to send a message, while resisting the urge to use the word bullshit, that the offer is too low and I want 320,000 Japanese yen for it. The buyer has agreed to come up to 280,000 yen, so now I have a baseline price. Now I've got 2 days to take or refuse the offer.
Right, now that I know what my highest auction bid is, I can use that as a baseline
For step 3.
which is heading out to the various second-hand dealers in Japan. Big ones being Bike All or the Bike King. There's Bike Khan, the Bike Stadium, I guess you'd call it. There's U-Media, and the number one is Red Baron, which claims to be the biggest second-hand bike dealer in the world, and they could probably be right too, because they've got branches everywhere all over Japan. They are huge. Anyway, I'm going to use my highest auction bid price as my baseline and see if I can get a higher price from the second-hand dealers. Well, that turned out to be a bit of a waste of time. The dealers would not even match the auction price, so looks like I spent a few hours wasting my time. Anyway, looks like we're going to have to take the auction price.
So I let the auction site know that I'll accept the offer, and they got the money from the buyer and they'll handle the transfer once the bike has been picked up and the buyer is satisfied. And it's gone. 2,800 Australian dollars for that bike. I need a Xanax and lie down.